Welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. We're doing a new unboxing of the Rage of Demons OP Kit 1. This is the figure for that, the Vrock Demon. For those who don't know about Attack Wing from Wizkid is a miniature game where you go and you build your force and you kind of battle that out with your opponents. So you build your force using these pre-painted figures, and each one has points, and you kind of go from there to put together your force and then battle out. It's usually in scenarios. I enjoy the game. Unfortunately, it's sometimes hard to find people to play against. Let's open it up. Usually I like to discuss the sculpt itself and then the cards within that we'll find. So let's first check out the Vrock Demon. This one I don't remember from D&D lore. It's a fairly simple figure, but kind of cool at the same time. So let me kind of see if I can show it off. So you can kind of see that the wings, while there's some decent sculpting, the painting's not much there. This is the front of it. Again, you can see the front. The sculpting's kind of decent, but the painting isn't quite there. But overall, I'm going to say, not bad. It's not a horrible figure. What is kind of interesting is it is on a large base. Figure this size I would expect to be maybe on a smaller base, but it's not always the case. Usually the size of the figure doesn't necessarily match up to how big the base of the figure is. So for those who don't know what the OP event is and what I'm talking and rambling about, OPs are a way to get people into stores. You wind up usually playing some scenarios against people, and then the winner and then second place will walk away with this figure. Then on top of that, they usually have a best sportsman prize for everyone, and then there are cards that you get for just participating. So no matter what, you're going to actually get something. You might not necessarily get the figure, but you're going to get something. So let's go over the cards first. So the first one, let's discuss the Vrock Demon itself. So it's Bestial Fiend, level 9. The cost is 36 points. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. So it's level 9. Its attack is 4. Defense is 2. It's got 4 life and 2 shields. Not bad for stats-wise. And it's got 2 claws for the melee. It kind of puts it point-wise in some of the dragon territory. Those stats aren't that bad, especially when it comes to the defense and life. This is a figure that's going to stick around for a little while. Then there's kind of the bigger version of it. Let's go and get things to focus so you can see it. So that one's 43 points. It's 4252. So basically all you're going to get is a little bit more life to it. It's got 2 melee. Each time he attacks a creature in a higher level than he may convert 1 concentrate result into 1 hit result, which is pretty cool. So now you're looking at your 4 to attack. You're just getting a better chance to do some damage to the character. His movement's not bad. In the flight, movement of 4. It's got some red on the 3, a lot of white, and red reverse 3. On the ground, it has actually decent movement. So you're actually getting a fairly maneuverable figure. So that one is flight, and on the ground. So the one thing I will stand out, unlike dragons, which have issues on the ground, this one seems to be fairly maneuverable on the ground, which is pretty good. So one of the upgrades that you get with it is telekinesis. I can't think off the top of my head whether or not telekinesis exists in other sets. You're going to need to be level 9 to do it. Its cost is 3, range of 3. Disable this upgrade to target 1 creature at range 1 to 3 in your forward arc. Disable 1 upgrade of your choice on that creature. You may then perform an action on your action bar as a free action. A Vrock Demon can use a monster upgrade slot to equip the spell. So the answer is going to be no, since it does say that. It has info about the Vrock Demon. So, yeah, no, it does not exist in another set. So, that's a pretty beefy thing. To be able to disable an ability and then do an action on your bar for free is pretty friggin' cool. Next up, we've got Capricious. At the start of the declared target step of combat, if you are the attacker and no game effect is prohibiting you from changing altitude, you may discard this upgrade to change your altitude as you normally would during the change altitude step of the activation phase. After using this ability, place an exhaustion token beside your creature. Must be a flying creature to equip. So that's pretty cool to be able to quickly move around from flight to ground. That's a pretty awesome ability. I imagine we're going to see this from a lot of folks in the game. Especially the cost is pretty cheap. That seems to be a card that I think a lot of folks will be using and equipping throughout. Next, we've got Stunning Screech. This is definitely a new one. Place 2 timers in this upgrade to make a 3-dice attack against every non-demon creature within range 1 of you in every direction, ground and air. This attack penetrates armor. If you inflict at least 1 damage against a creature, it sustains no damage but receives the continuous effect below. Each affected creature cannot attack when this effect ends for any reason. Discard this card. Cost is 4. So there's that. Next up, we've got Dance of Ruin. You cannot attack. If you sustain lethal damage, you must immediately remove the Dance of Ruin effect token from play and discard this card. At the end of the combat phase, if there's exactly 1 timer in this upgrade and you still have the Dance of Ruin effect token beside you, every non-demon creature within range 1 to 4 of you in all directions, ground and air, sustains 2 damage. I can't really see what the symbol is. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess electric or whatever damage. That penetrates armor. Afterwards, remove the Dance of Ruin effect token from play. Discard this card. It must be a Vrock Demon to damage. So basically, we're looking at a bomb. This is the only way I could describe it. It's a pretty brutal card. So get your Vrock Demon in there. Give you all maneuverable, and then drop that puppy. Next, we got Demon Spores. You must be a Vrock Demon to equip. This is also cost 5. Disable this upgrade and place 2 timers on it to force every I guess it's death creature? I don't remember. I don't remember the symbols. Within range 1 of you in every direction, ground and air to receive the continuous effect below. The affected creatures each sustain 1 normal damage that ignores armor at the start of the end phase. So we're seeing a lot of ignoring armor with the various creatures, which is pretty cool. It's something that's needed. A lot of people rely on Uber Dragons. It's kind of getting a little boring, so to be able to get some damage in is kind of awesome. Didn't show them off, but to go over the cards and little items that you get, we've got that. We have that. And then finally, we've got all that. A lot of Stunning Screech, Demon Spores, Stunning Screech, Demon Spores, blah, 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 and the dial. So overall, I mean, basically I'm seeing a creature that you're going to want to get in there, equip almost like a bomb. I hate to say suicide bomb, but it's pretty much what we're talking about. Get the creature in there and have it go off and do a hell of a lot of damage around your opponents. It's actually pretty cool. Not something I can't think of off the top of my head that we've seen a whole lot. We've seen creatures get in quickly to maybe do some close combat fighting, but not quite to the extent of just getting in there and like blowing up and doing damage. For those who play, you get the card Party Leader. It's a special card. You place 3 timers in this upgrade to allow yourself and every friendly adventurer within range 1 to 3 of you on your play level to immediately perform an action on its action bar as a free action. An adventurer is defined as a unique creature on a small base with at least 1 of the certain tokens on its upgrade banner. Troops and siege weapons are not considered adventurers, so must be an adventurer to equip. So a way to get a whole lot of more abilities out of your troops. So kind of trying to give you a reason to use troops. It's of course a thing, or not really troops, because it says you can't use troops, to use individual characters. It's an issue with the game. People tend to not use them a lot, so clearly designers are thinking through of ways to get people to change their builds a little bit and get out there more. So kind of cool to see them clearly working through things that they've noticed in the game that are lacking. So pretty cool. Rage of Demon OP1 is going on now in stores. You should be able to find a local store. Hopefully you'll find a local store to play it. If not, you can always try to talk your local store into getting involved in the OP program. It's tons of fun. You get some cool figures. You always get cool cards. A chance to win cool figures. But yeah, so appreciate you watching. This is Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. You can catch us every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy. We keep it nice and consistent. Till next time, keep rolling those die and keep it geeky.